Welcome to Engage Math, Lesson 30, Problem 3. And I'm going to assume you have already read this problem. So we're going to jump right into Part A, where we are trying to write an expression for the length. And we are given that W is the width of this particular patio. And we also know that the length is going to be 6 feet more than twice the width. So twice the width would be 2W, and then it's 6 feet more than that. So 2W plus 6 is our length. Now, the equation for the area, as we know for a rectangle, is going to be length times width. So I'm going to take the width of W, multiply it by the length, and you have to put that as a quantity, so we have to distribute. And we know that the area is equal to 260. So that's our equation. Now we're going to distribute that W all the way through. So we're going to get 2W squared plus 6W equals 260. So I just distributed that W all the way through the parentheses. And in order to solve this quadratic equation, I'm going to move everything to the left. I'm not going to show that step because at this point, I think you know that if we subtract 260 from both sides of the equal sign, we will get 2W squared plus 6W minus 260 equals 0. Now, because it's an equation, as long as I do the same thing to both sides, I can divide every single term by 2. And that's going to make it a much easier equation to work with. So our new equation, our simplified version of the equation, it's the same equation, just simplified, is going to be W squared plus 3W minus 130 equals 0. Now we're going to use our skills of factoring in the zero product property. We can now add to 3 and multiply to negative 30. It's an AM problem from your factoring skills. And so now we'll say W plus 13 times W minus 10 equals 0, because 13 and negative 10 add to 3 and multiply to negative 130. So now I'm going to say, so W plus 13 equals 0 and W minus 10 equals 0. So this would give us W equals 13. Negative 13. But that doesn't work because it doesn't make sense to have a negative width. So I'm going to cross that possibility out, and our only possibility is that W equals 10. So the width of this patio is going to be 10 feet, and then to find the length, we're going to take that 10 and put it in for 2W plus 6. We're going to substitute it in for W, which is going to give us 2 times 10 plus 6, which is 26. So we now know that the length is 26 feet and the width is 10 feet. Great job. See you next time at Engage Math.